Hi everyone, my name is Meghan Freeman and I'm a volunteer at Global Aim. Today I want to share a message with you and a verse with you that has been on my heart recently, and the verse is in the book of Matthew chapter 22, verses 34 to 40. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered together. And one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question to test him. "Teacher, which is the great commandment in the law?" And he said to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment. And a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend all the law and the prophets." And I think what Jesus has to say here applies to today, that it is so important that not only do we love God and love others, that we would humble ourselves to love our neighbor, regardless of religion, background, financial status, race, etc., that we would just love people like Jesus loved people. And we're currently in a time when the world needs love most of all. There's so much darkness going on, and it's so important that we as Christ followers be that light, and that we let love be our language, that we show love in our actions and our words. When the world is devoid of love right now, it's so important that we would come together and just love and meet people where they're at and recognize that as human beings, we need to treat each other as such, with respect and love. A quote I also want to share with you today is from Jimi Hendrix, and it's, "When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace." And this really spoke to me, as it's so true that when we set aside our differences and our own self-serving needs and natures and desires, and we serve others, the world becomes peaceful, and there becomes a peace in the world. And we even begin to see a peace in ourselves when we put others before ourselves and love them. And I think that that's really important today, in today's situation when there's rioting going on and we have the coronavirus and just job loss and financial issues, that we just love people. Above all else, we lead and love like Jesus did and meet people as they are, for who they are, and love them.